going on, Chill Army? Deondre 7 here, and welcome back to another Pokemon anime episode reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing Pokemon Journeys episode 71, Let's Go, Project Mew. Of course, I must warn you that there are going to be some spoilers for this, so if you haven't seen the episode, now's a good time to click off this video. But for those of you who don't care for spoilers, feel free to stick by and listen for my review. Going over our major events, Ash and Go visit Sinnoh and meet Gary again. Ash and Go meet Asahi and Tsurugi, members of Project Mew, and Professor Hidaka, its leader, for the first time. Go Scizor is revealed to have learned Metal Claw. Go catches an Alolan Ninetales, qualifying him to start receiving trial missions, and Ninetales is returned to its home in Alola. This episode was probably one among the most significant yet, as after the tease within the Oaks Laboratory episode, we finally got hold of the right introduction of Project Mew, a research group that appears to carry the key for the following step of Go's goal as they're preparing to mount a full-on search for Mew. On the whole, I've got some quibbles, but I feel like this was a solid proper introduction for this new facet of the episode. Go is no doubt one among the most controversial additions of Journeys, especially as far as his goal is concerned. While I personally enjoy him and consider him one among Journeys' bright spots, I do feel one notable issue is that his goal was presented in an especially open-ended fashion, with each new capture feeling relatively self-contained on a mostly metaphorical path to develop as an individual by learning of Pokemon and understanding them to at least one day be able to meet and catch Mew. This approach has led to some pretty good episodes over time, but it also meant that this goal progression felt too much like busy work without structure compared to Ash's World Coronation Series matches, which, while relatively poor in execution, had an extremely clear structure from the beginning. I feel Project Mew during this sense could be a pretty brilliant way to solve the matter by reframing the search for Mew part of Go's goal as something more similar to goals just like the gym and contest quests of the past, and a more explicit parallel to Ash's own quest. And I like that the episode doesn't waste time in getting us to begin the story with Go receiving his email to take part in his first trial mission. Overall, I feel the trial mission itself was executed to an adequate degree, relatively simple overall, but I did like how some extent was made about the oddity of an Alolan Ninetales being in Sinnoh's Mount Coronet. The first confrontation with Ninetales worked well during this regard, offering a setback and showing that this is not an issue to be solved with just a battle, and did appreciate the way Go asked for advice to Ash on which move to choose as the simplest way to keep the latter involved within the story. Introducing Tsurugi rescuing them also helped set the tone for his character as a somewhat cold but ultimately well-intentioned guy that's well aware of the risks involved in these missions. Him telling Go that he's disqualified because his failure could have got him, Ash, and their Pokemon killed helps bring forward the setback this put, and Tsurugi explaining that Ninetales was caught by Pokemon hunters and then ended up escaping in Sinnoh after a plane crash was both an honest way to explain the aforementioned oddity and to permit Go how to point out his deductive skills afterward. Go choosing to persevere despite the setback since he's still within the time limit, and thus realizing that Ninetales could also be searching for an area resembling Mount Lanakila, were both nice scenes to solidify Go's drive and also the aforementioned skills, on top of showing Tsurugi to be a reasonable guy despite his standoffish behavior. The climax was, in all honesty, the area where the episode falters the most to me. Not in an episode-breaking sense, but more in having some notable issues whether or not the overall idea was sound. Specifically, I feel Regice's appearance was a tad too coincidental without foreshadowing whether or not the episode uses it to elaborate on Project Mew's aim afterward, and while I feel having Go understand it wanted to go home and promising to bring it back to Alola rather than forced to capture first was sound, it did feel a touch too fast of a turnaround on Ninetales' end, whether or not it does keep displaying Go's learned better qualities. Similarly, while I do not mind Ash tackling Regice as some way to line up Tsurugi's strength and approach as a trainer by having his Urshifu one-shot Regice as per the lore of its single strike form, keeping the fight completely off screen did end up feeling off to a degree, more so as Pikachu has previously defeated a Regice in an official battle. The finale showing that Ninetales was to be sent back to Alola provided good closure to the current little story, alongside the reveal that this mission was actually Go's examination to Project Mew, which he actually passed, on top of Tsurugi basically goading Go to mention he's willing to keep going and become a proper member of Project Mew, ending the episode on a decent note and solidifying the aim of Project Mew on Go's quest. That said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to smack that like button as it really helps me out with the algorithm, and if you guys want to see more videos, be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon. It's 100% free, and be sure to also check out all of my other content as well. But until then, I'll see you guys on the next video. I love you all. Only good, Chill Army.